What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Onney the CEO, and I'm back for another week, another fire segment, and I am so excited about tonight's guest. She is so phenomenal, and she is so layered and strong. So I need you guys to buckle up your seatbelts because you're now plugged in, tuned in, and tapped in to Outside the Box. Now, tonight's guest is all wrapped in love, life, and power. She is like layered like an onion, except she smells like a fruit. I want you guys to be introduced to my friend, Patricia.
Thank you.
I am excited to have you on this show.
I'm excited to be here.
Because from the time I met you, it's almost like it's a light inside of you that is just dying to break out. So I am hoping that tonight we can pull the veil back just a little bit and let everyone else get a chance to peep into your world. Because on the outside, we can see that you're beautiful, that you're strong. We know that you're intelligent, but you carry weights that the world can't see through your pictures or through your immediate just viewership. Right. So I want to highlight it all. Okay. But I don't want to put the wagon before the horse because I do that a lot on this show. I want to give you an opportunity to tell the world, tell our listeners and our viewers who you are and what all you do.
Okay. Well, my name is Patricia Williams, but I'm also known as Maya Ahsekh. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm a revolutionary community activist. I'm a mother of 11 children that I gave birth to. I want to, emphasize on that because a lot of people don't believe I actually pushed them all out, but I did. I'm a grandmother of 4 children, 4 grandchildren. I'm a community activist. I'm a mother of a new baby, as you know. So, I do a little bit of it all. I also do the Black History Projects in the school. I bring down some scholars and things like that. This year I'm planning on bringing Angela Davis.
Okay.
One of our elders, Angela Davis, to the schools.
Now, where are you from?
Me, I'm originally from Louisiana.
Come on, boo. A
little small town called Coachella.
Well, my people from Opelousas, so we ride up the street.
Yeah.
So what brought you to Houston?
Well, I came. Girl, you really want to know what brought me to Houston?
Come on, let's tell it.
Girl, I came to Houston when I was 14 years old. I got married at 14.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
To this older man. Well, he was 25, and I was 14.
Wow.
I had a hard life.
Can we segue to that? Because you can't just drop a bomb like that and expect for me to just leave it there.
You asked me, and I'm going to be honest.
So, because, I got pregnant with my first son when I was 15, mm-hmm. right? So, I was a mother before I was a woman.
Yeah.
So, you were a wife before you were a woman, essentially.
No, to be honest with you, I was a mother.
Okay.
Before I was a wife at 14 because I had to raise all my sisters.
Okay.
You understand, from my mother's side.
Mm-hmm.
So being a mother has always been, that's all I know to be.
Mm-hmm.
Since I was 8 years old, I've been taking care of my mom's children. And then my mom had mental health issues and had a breakdown when I was 14. And so one night she had a breakdown on me, and she almost killed me. And this truck driver came along, and at that point in time in my life, I didn't even care. I just had to go, So I kissed my mom goodbye that night. She almost committed suicide. So I kissed her goodbye in the hospital, and I never went back.
Oh, wow. So how do you, because you're a mother of 11, how do you, because that's so much to unpack.
Yeah.
So as you are 14 leaving your mom to find you,
basically,
you find yourself with a man. Is that the man that you married?
No.
No. Okay, so we're going to skip.
Well, no, I married him.
Yes.
But he's not who I'm married to now.
No.
Oh, okay, I misunderstood.
No.
Yeah, he's the man that I married.
It's like almost like you went through that experience. How did you heal from the trauma of, one, not knowing who you were before finding yourself in that?
Well, to be honest with you, I've never healed. I'm still healing because I still go to therapy.
Yeah.
You know what the therapist told me? I'm 45 years of trauma. It's going to take another 45 years to heal it. But I can say that I'm not where I was all them years ago.
Right.
Compared to where I was then, I'm healed now.
Yes.
Compared.
Yes.
You understand?
But healing is not an overnight thing.
It's not.
It's healing and growing are they in the same
coincide together.
Yes,
they
because
intertwine. Yeah.
If you stop growing, you start dying. If you stop healing, you stop growing.
Exactly.
So you need both in order to survive, especially because things are put into our laps that we weren't equipped to manage.
But you know what I tell everybody, and I tell my kids, I lived the curse so that you wouldn't have to. So the things that my kids, the things that I went through, my kids have never experienced, and they would never understand why I did what I had to do at 14. And I tell them all the time, y'all don't have to make them choices that I made.
Right.
I've been grown all my life, and that's why it's hard to get one over on me. It's hard to get one over on Mama Patricia.
Listen,
okay. I love them all. I have 7 daughters and I have 4 sons. My oldest son is in the Marine Corps. He's a drill sergeant. And I don't have kids on drugs. I don't have kids in prison. I don't have high school children that have children. All my children were in their 20s before they had kids. You understand?
So you were able to break that.
Yeah. I broke it all. I broke drug addiction. I broke prison. I broke it all. I broke mental abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse. I suffered the trauma so that I could save the kids. Do you understand?
Yeah, I definitely
Sometimes
understand.
that's the way that it is.
It is. Mm-hmm.
And then also the trauma that I did go through as a child, because my mother is white, the racism. I had to go through that to be able to be the revolutionary that I am today. Right. Because had I not been racially mistreated as a child,
wouldn't understand.
Then I wouldn't understand. I wouldn't understand how it felt to be a slave, because that's what I was. I was the mammy. I had to take care of all the little white children. And I'm just telling you the honest, exactly how I was. Mm-hmm. You understand? I was I'm going to tell you exactly what my family used to call me. The nappy-headed nigger girl. So I always used to grow up with bad
identity
issues with my hair.
I went through that.
Did you?
I went through that as a little girl because most of the girls, I was just talking about this, most of the girls on my mother's side were fair skin, mulatto women. They from Opelousas, Louisiana. You know how they go.
I know.
And then my father's side, they have a beautiful, rich, dark
melanin.
Feel people like they don't look like they age because the melanin is so strong, But I had a conflict with my identity because when I would go to Louisiana with the mulatto girls, they would call me Blackie or say my hair was nappy or whatever because I had thick, beautiful, curly hair, but their hair was fine, straight. And then when I would get around the girls that, were on my dad's side, it was almost like, oh, she light-skinned. She thinks she better than everybody.
It's like
I didn't really know how to fit in. And then my godmother one time, she made me, it was like a little Cabbage Patch doll, but it was a crochet doll. And it had a black face on it. And I ripped the head off and hid it under my mom's bed. And when she found it, I remember... And I couldn't have been no older than about 5 or 6. But when she found it, I remember feeling so ashamed that I had did it to the doll but I also remember the feeling of why I did it. And it was because I associated myself with that doll, and I also associated being dark with being ugly.
Yeah.
So
And
colorism is really a thing, like it's one thing to deal with racism, but to deal with colorism within a family dynamic is a real thing that people don't really address, especially when you're coming from a blended family background.
Yeah, but it's even worse when you live in a family, a all white family, right? Mm-hmm. But then your grandfather is the KKK, and your uncles are Klansmen, and then they run your family out of town. They ran my mom and them out of a little town in Louisiana because of me, and I live with the weight of that. I live with the weight of my mom having me at 14, getting pregnant, because she never got to, and I have to, sometimes I give her grace because she was 14, and my daddy was 29 years old, messing with a 13-year-old girl. He shouldn't have been doing that.
Right.
So I give her grace to a certain point, but at the end of the day, when you're in your 40s and 50s and you're still the same, then, maybe she needs some healing herself.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Sometimes, unfortunately, we have to parent our parents.
Yeah.
Because now that I'm a mother and I can look back, me getting pregnant at 15, having a baby at 16, I think, well, my mama just did the same thing. So how could she possibly have been fully equipped to even know what to do with me?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So now it's like a lot of things that I held resentment towards her for, I could release and let go and realize that it really wasn't her fault. She really didn't know any better.
She didn't know.
And the grandma and the great grandma. So it's generational almost. So we have to stop it and say, and so now I have a different relationship with my mom. Like I don't hate her. I don't dislike her. I love my mom because I only got one. But also in me loving her, I'm also teaching her how to love me.
Right.
I'm actually saying if she crosses a boundary, if she hurts my feelings, I actually correct her.
Right.
Not in the disrespectful way,
I understand,
but in a way to let her know what my love language is. And in order for us to continue to have a healthy relationship, this is how you're going to have to love me, mama.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing with my father, so Project Agape.
Yeah,
let's talk about it. What inspires you to create Project Agape?
Okay, Project Agape Foundation. I was a victim. I'm a survivor of domestic violence. I was married to my second husband for over 15 years, and there was some extreme beatings. Because he ended up going to prison. But then I leave him, go to somebody else, and get beat again. So and during that time, I ended up having to go into the shelters. I didn't really have nobody. So what I had to do was take my little baby at the time and my other children. I sent them to live with their grandmother, and I took my baby with me because she had epilepsy. And I slept in the backseat of my car for a long time, went from shelter to shelter. And while being in them shelters, I see firsthand what is needed and how they treat you, especially little black girls. They don't have rubber bands, they don't got bowerettes, they don't got proper brushes, there's no hair grease, there's nothing there that can support the the self-esteem of black children. And that's what Project Agape Foundation focuses on. I'm focusing on the little children that need, sometimes we get wrapped up in the mother being beat, but also them children have been there being abused too by watching it. Their self-esteem is beat down.
And they have PTSD.
Exactly. So sometimes you can start over with the children before you can with the adults. I also learned in some of these domestic violence shelters that these women are so abused, they have to abuse each other in there. And, it got to a point one time where the people were jumping me because I was just being a mother to my daughter. So when the shelter puts me out, just to keep me safe from these women in there that just beat up on each other. It's really toxic in these domestic violence shelters. And what I want to do is eventually expand Project Agape Foundation and have my own house where I can pick and choose who I'm going to bring into this home, because some women are so beat down that it doesn't matter how much therapy they get, they're not going to change. They're going to take the abuse that they get, they're going to abuse somebody.
Mm-hmm. And then some people, who were raised in trauma.
Yeah.
Who, that's all they know.
That's all they know.
And so, even though it's unhealthy, even though it's dysfunctional, it's familiar.
It is.
And a lot of people get stuck because they find comfort in the familiarity.
Exactly.
Even though it's chaotic, it's familiar. It's all they know. And so to uproot them from the chaos and put them in a place of peace, it's almost like a drug addict.
Yeah.
They need that.
They need
that next hit of drama. And so that's why it's really hard for an unhealed individual to meet someone that is healed and for them to have a healthy relationship, because this person has not healed from the drama and the chaos from their past, childhood, ex-marriage, whatever. And so they need that dopamine hit of the highs and the lows. And so when they find someone who's really peaceful, they look at that as a level of disinterest and not a level of love and peace, because they're not getting that up and down, that chaotic, seesaw of I don't have to walk on eggshells. What you mean I don't have to be in fight or flight in survival mode? Because that's all I know is to be in survival mode. So
what I've learned is to survive this, you got to have a willpower out of this world. And I did, because being in them shelters was some of the worst days of my life. I was broke. I didn't have no car. My baby was sick. I didn't have nobody I could call. It was really hard for me. But at the same time, anywhere that I go, I think it's a reason for me to be there, because that's where God wants me to be. Because He needs me to be there. Number one, I had more resources in the shelters, because I felt like I was everybody's caseworker. But I had to eventually get to the point where I had to be selfish and do the work for myself instead of doing everybody else's work. And so I eventually done the work, and I got out of the shelters, 47 acres of land later, a trucking company later, all my kids back together, and Project Agape Foundation. I've been working on Project Agape Foundation since 2017, and I was still being beat up when I first started her, and that's my baby, that's my purpose. It's a difference between my job and my purpose, and I have to go help them little children.
And sometimes things that happen in our life that breaks us don't really break us. It breaks us open. It kind of reintroduces us to us, because when you get to the point where you tired, because I've been in a domestically abusive relationship too, and I remember calling my mama one day like, oh, he done jumped on me again. She was like, well, I'm not coming over there. She said, and that was probably the best thing that she could have did for me, because that was when I knew, when I get away from him again, I'm never going back. See, the problem is, and they say in abusive situations, the average woman goes back 7 times.
I believe it.
Before she actually leave, because they do that whole, it's cyclical. It's a cyclical pattern of abuse, love bomb, devalue, abuse,
but
love bomb.
What I used to do? I was so, and I used to think, I think I used to look for people to beat me. Ain't that crazy?
No, because it's not crazy, because it's what you were accustomed to.
Yeah,
it was what you knew. It was. Yeah. It was what I was just saying a few minutes ago. You were brought up in so much chaos that you were so familiar with it that you were almost comfortable with accepting it, because it was normal.
I know. I thought that's what love was.
Yeah, I get it.
I did. I really did, in my sick mind. But I always had my rational mind over here.
But we tell ourselves, oh, he's just jealous because he loved me so much. Yeah. Oh, he just don't want me to go nowhere because he loved me so much. Right. Oh, he just don't like my friends because I'm better than them.
Yeah.
Or he just don't like my family because they don't really like me anyway. Yeah. Because what they do, the abusive type, they isolate you from all of your support systems because they have to be in control of everything. And it really, they don't care if they're in control of your happiness or in control of your trauma, as long as they're getting a response. So if things are going too good, they have to create a problem.
Yeah.
If the problems is causing you to separate yourself and create distance, they have to love bomb you to bring you back closer. So it's always this push-pull thing. But the problem with it is every time you accept an abusive person back, the abuse is worse the next time.
It
gradually
gets worse.
Escalates. I mean, it literally went. My first time a man ever put his hands on me was slapping my hand off the volume dial off a radio, because I was turning the music up and he was mad about whatever, and it didn't have nothing to do with me, but he slapped my hand. And I remember feeling so like violated, like he slapped my hand. And that same man knocked me out to where I saw stars. But it didn't happen overnight. It happened with the gradual little bit, and then the snotty nose crying, I'm sorry, I never do it again. So how did you get away from a domestically violent relationship with children?
Well, the last time I'll never forget, because this is when Black Panther came out, the movie in 2019. That night, I was so happy because I enjoyed the movie, but he had got drunk and he drugged me outside and threw me in the car, and I was trying to get out the car. And he started backing up and dragging me out the car door, and then he stopped the car, started hitting me, and I grabbed a bottle and I hit him upside his head, and I took off running in the house. He came and drugged me out again. The neighbors came out. And that night I said, when he knocked me out and I woke up in the hospital, my daughter, I'm sorry, y'all. The neighbor came out, called the laws, and I said, I can never do this again. I packed up my children. I couldn't really take care of them because I had no job. I took the 3 oldest to their grandmother and let them stay, and I took the baby and slept in the car for almost 2 years. I went from some friend's house. I went from shelter, but then I met my husband downstairs. And when I met my husband downstairs, that's when life got easier.
Ain't that good?
Yeah, because the day we met, they repossessed my car out of the park. I was sleeping in the park, and he was out there training. And we've been together ever since that day.
Oh, wow.
In the park, yeah. So that's really how I got out of it. But like I said, I chose not to go back. No matter how hard it got in that backseat of that car, no matter how my children missed me, no matter how my baby had epilepsy, how many seizures she had in that car, or how cold I was.
I would tell anybody, I would rather raise my kids in a broken, functional home than a together dysfunctional home. Because
it was crazy.
Yeah, like my son's father, we weren't the best partners for each other, obviously, because we divorced. But he is a damn good father. And so because of that, we're in 2 separate homes, but we're co-parenting. We have villages on each side of the family. So it wasn't like a toxic relationship. And then even when his father remarried, that's like his bonus mom. I love her too.
Right.
So it was very healthy and functional, even though we didn't stay together. So I'll tell people all the time, like, you might not be the best partners for each other, but you could still be great parents to your children without subjecting them to being under the same roof of abuse or neglect.
That's what I'll say. My kid's father, he didn't hate them. He hated me. It was something about me so much he hated. But I knew a lot. I ended up going to prison, and he took care of the kids while I was in prison. He did a really good job, and I commend him. But when I got out of prison, I started just wanting to do things different in life. I was trying to change, and he saw the change in me. He saw all the good people God was bringing into my life. And you know what he told me? He said, I'm going to destroy it for you. And that's basically what he tried to do. But see, when I was in prison, God said, don't go back. And I didn't listen to what God told me to do when I got out of TDC. And so that was my fault. Because God said he couldn't take me to greatness if I'm holding on to all this baggage.
Right.
That man was not part of the greatness that he had for me.
Boy, ain't it somebody else? We will not let go, baby. We will not let go. So, speaking of strength, tell me a little bit about the Black Rebel Brigade.
Okay, so the Black Rebel Brigade, we're kind of, I guess, sister organizations with the new Black Panther Party, Huey P. Newton Gun Club. We're revolutionary. We're Panthers.
Okay.
And we go out and fight for the freedom and liberation of people. But also, we also train the community in weapons. My husband trains them in kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, martial arts. We're all trained in that. You know, like if somebody gets shot down in the streets, you know, by the police, we're the first people to pull up to the police station, and we will fight.
Protests. Yes.
Yeah, we do protests. We also do search and rescue. We have pulled up in situations where people domestic violence, and we've pulled out sisters out of domestic violence situations also.
Okay.
You know, whatever the community needs. But usually every week we go out and we train. We train physically. We train to fight. We train to defend ourselves. We have weapons because we are a defense group. We don't go out here starting trouble.
Right.
But if you start trouble, we going to finish the trouble.
Okay. Starting it won't be nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Regardless if it's the police, the DA, whoever. You understand? When you treat the people right, we'll treat you right. But if you don't treat the people right, then you got to deal with us. And me and my husband, we're the ones that you don't want to deal with.
Okay. You say don't play with it. You're going to find out.
We're the ones you don't deal with.
Now, you have the Agape Foundation. Your kids, you really grew up with your kids.
Yeah, I did.
You know what I'm saying? You have some that you grew up with, and you have some that's now you grown.
Yeah.
So, how old were you when you first became a mother?
17.
You were 17, right? So now you're, if you don't mind sharing.
I'm 45.
You're 45. How old is your youngest baby?
My youngest baby is 1. She just turned 1 2 days ago.
So look at you, being fruitful and multiplying.
Yes.
But now, at 45, you're equipped with so much more knowledge than what you had at 17.
Yes.
And that's with me, same thing. Like, I have a 29, a 26, and a 21-year-old, right? And the things that I picked up with my 21-year-old, I wish I would have known with my 29-year-old.
I say that all the time.
So now you're not just a mother, you're also a grandmother.
Yes.
So you have children that have children.
Right.
So if you can go back to your 17-year-old self.
Okay.
Let's matter of fact, let's go back to the 16.
Okay.
Before you had a baby. And you're stepping into motherhood. What would you tell yourself?
As I'm at 16, to be honest with you, I would actually tell myself to wait. You know, but being that I did have a baby, and what I would tell myself as a new mother, Patricia, just be strong, girl. You're going to be the best mother out there. And a lot of people, one thing that they cannot take away from you is your mothering skills. It's going to be hard all the way till 2004. It's going to be hard, but it's worth it because I can brag.
Listen, I brag different. Let me tell you, because I had my first at 16, and initially, being a teen mom, I felt like I was missing out on so much.
Yeah.
But essentially, my son saved my life. Having him so young. It gave me a different type of purpose.
Yeah.
And some of the girls that I grew up with that didn't have kids, they went different roads in life. And coming from where I was coming from, even though my neighborhood was still slightly suburban, the hood has started moving into the suburbs.
Yeah.
So it's considered the hood now, but back then it wasn't the hood, you know. So just those groups of people, if I look back now, some of them are just starting to have kids in their late 30s, early 40s. and I'm done.
Right.
Like, they still got to go find a babysitter.
Yeah.
I'm getting a passport stamp. See you when I get back.
But you know.
So it's like, I don't regret it. I don't regret having them. I just wish that I was better equipped.
Right. Yeah, I don't regret none of my children. I just wish I just would have waited. I would have had all of them. All of them. But if I could have just waited just a little bit longer. Because the thing was, I won Miss Texas beauty pageant. And I was going to the finals, but then I ended up pregnant.
Oh, listen, I know all about that.
You know, you never know what that road would have took.
I used to sing with a girl group, and they got a chance to travel, but I couldn't go because I was pregnant. And I got kicked out the group because I didn't go with the look. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
But but one thing about me, I feel that I have been able to do everything I've wanted to do in life with or without children.
Listen.
And, you know, I got 11, and that has never stopped me from doing anything that I wanted to do. And that's my best quality. I'm a nurturer.
You so rich, girl. Listen, you so rich.
You know, my bloodline gonna live on forever.
Listen, your children,
eternal
and your
life,
children.
Exactly,
okay?
Eternal life through my kids.
That's what people don't realize. And then to have a husband and to have a unit.
Exactly,
now,
man.
You have
child.
11 children,
right?
But you are also married.
Yes, I'm married.
Can you tell us how do you balance being a mother of 11, being a wife, being a part of the Project Agape Foundation and helping raise awareness there, and being a part of the Black Rebel Brigade? Like, you have all these different layers to you. How do you manage all of that?
It's a natural thing. I just wake up and this is what I do because I love doing what I do, and this is just my life. It comes to me naturally because number one, I'm a nurturer and I love kids, and I'm an adrenaline. I like to do crazy things, but now I can do crazy things that are legal with the Black Rebel Brigade. You know, I just like to have. I'm just Patricia. I can't be no more than who I am.
Now, one thing that I do want to ask you, because we have, shout out to Black Love, we have a lot of couples that have children, right? They have small children, big children, and the mom is the caretaker and the dad is the provider, right? But there's not always a healthy balance in the communication. So what are some of the things that you do as being a mother of 11 and a wife that you do to make sure that you and your husband have that quality time?
Well, it's kind of hard to really get the quality time that we really, really want. Maybe once a month we try to put it in, but our door is an open door. Our bedroom, our children are welcome in there anytime. We do quality time as a family unit. One thing my husband told me when we first got together was, when you move, I move. We always move as a family unit. We always move as one, including the children. It's man, woman, and child. You understand?
That is so dope.
Yeah, but because it's impossible to get, because my house is full, it's impossible to get the time that I would want. It's not going to happen, you know. But if we want, you know, a little private time, intimate time, we have to leave the house. And you know, we have to leave the house. You know, because our babies still sleep in the bed with us.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like him. Righteous is 3, then unity is 1, then it's me. We got a big old king size bed. He's way over there, I'm way over here, and the children. But that's us.
That's rich. That's still rich.
We wake up every morning to our smiling children.
Yeah.
You know, I love my husband. You know, he's a good provider, and he's a traditional man. And he wanted a bunch of kids. That's what he wanted.
Yeah.
He wanted a big family, and I was able to provide that for him.
Shout out to you, Mom.
Yes,
girl,
ma'am.
You don't look like you had 11 kids. I don't know what a woman that had 11 kids supposed to look like.
I don't know either.
But you look good, girl.
Oh, thank you.
You look good. So, now that you're stepping outside your box, what can you say was your aha moment that said, okay, it's time for Patricia to go back to some of her dreams and her goals and her aspirations, because we can get lost in motherhood.
We can, and that's what I did these last 7. I got lost in motherhood and marriage because I had just met my husband, and I wanted to be the best wife, you know. But I've said, well, the first 5 years of our relationship, I'm gonna let him work on his goals and things like that. But the next 5 years, I want to work on my goals and take some time for me. And when I was pregnant with my 11th baby, I just felt like that I just left everything behind for everybody else, and I got so wrapped up in everybody else, and I felt like what am I here for? I used to do this and I used to do that. What's stopping me from doing it now? Right. So one day I just had to get up and just go, get up and go and do it. Only I was stopping myself.
That's it.
I can't sit here and blame my husband or blame my kids. I gotta blame me for not getting up and doing it.
It's a mindset shift.
It is, and one day I got up and I did it.
And you still doing it.
I know.
Are you on the couch with me
I
today?
know, right?
So shout out to doing it for you, Mama.
I know.
Shout
I was searching, and I found you.
Hey, listen, and hopefully I can still be an accountability partner.
Yes,
past this show, because it, like I said, there's so many layers to you, and I just wanted to kind of highlight you as a mother and a wife, and you've been through some things. So whenever you decide to really share your story and really open up a platform, people will know that it comes with experience, it comes with lessons, it comes with life, it comes with love, because that's what Agape is all about. Yeah,
that's right.
So I thank you so much.
Thank you
for coming and just letting me just dig into your business a little bit and let the world see what I had the opportunity to see. Okay. Yes. So for those that want to follow you, you have your own Instagram page. It is MA_AT_AHSEKH. Can you pronounce that for us again?
Ahsekh.
Yes, and she also has her Facebook page where you can follow her personal Facebook, as well as her Project Agape Facebook page. Make sure you go there and check it out. And today's segment has been powered by Project Agape. Make sure you guys go and find out more about that foundation so that we can help mothers and those that are in need through that foundation as well. I want to remind everybody that's watching that we are on multiple platforms, not just YouTube, not just iHeartRadio. You can also find us on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Spreaker, and more. But if you are a YouTuber, do me one solid and come on over to Outside the Box with Onney YouTube page. Hit that subscribe button and click that bell notification so that you can be notified when we drop a new segment. And if you decide you want to come and sit on the couch with me and let me get all in your business, we are currently casting. Make sure you submit your bio and your EPK to otb.liveshow@gmail.com, and one of our administrators or casting directors will get back to you. Now, if you really like the content and you have a story, you have a message, and you need a platform, log on to www.onneystudios.com or give us a call at 346-491-5315, and we can bring your vision to fruition today. So start your podcast journey by reaching out to www.onneystudios.com. I want to thank you so much again for just coming and shining a little light on all of our viewers and subscribers. So before we go, is there anything that you would like to say to the listeners and the watchers that are tuned into this show?
Okay, yes. On December the 20th of 2025, I'm going to be putting on a lecture. I'm bringing down Ahsekh. He's a chematologist at the Shrine of the Black Madonna from 12 p.m. to 5.
Okay.
That's about it.
That's dope.
And also, we are taking donations for hair bows, hair grease, flat irons, anything that you can get for the black little children. We are taking donations for that as well.
So you guys make sure you hit that rewind button after the show is over, so you can go and follow her Instagram page and find out more about Project Agape and how you can be a part of the change we want to see I'm your girl, Onney the CEO, and I thank you for being plugged in, tuned in, and tapped in to Outside the Box.